And after we get that going, we're going to get the names together for the Twitter contest and give away those 5 prizes. All right, we're going to randomize it 7 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. First card will be Ronnie Shanklin. Last card will be George Farmer. Excuse me. While we're taking a break here, I did want to announce this week's winner. This is our 3rd winner in 3 weeks. Once again, after 5 weeks, that October 30th, it's frozen up there, PSA show, we'll be giving away 5 prizes to 5 different folks. The 3rd individual, Heather Wise, thanks for making a comment on our Vintage Breaks Facebook show. We've declared you the winner for week 3. Congratulations. Heather, you will be in a running for not only one of these 3 cards, but 2 more unknown prizes at this point. So you never know what's going to pop out here on the Vintage Breaks PSA show. And one of those will be yours completely for free. So how would you like to bring that home, Lou? And say, look, son, just picked that up for you. Oh, Dad, what'd you pay for that? Nothing.
Yeah, I know, right?
Kind of fun. I wish I could be eligible. I mean, I can't. It's kind of tough. But it is fun giving away stuff.
I was too young to really absorb Roberto Clemente. I would have liked to have a better handle. Everyone says he was excellent, of course.
Yeah, the only handle I have is, I've read in recent years a lot more about these guys. And to be fair, every now and then, you'll get bored and, YouTube is amazing. You can find clips of almost anything on there. And so even though there's not much Clemente, there's stuff on Clemente out there. I encourage you. It's fantastic. All right. Now, John, do we have the goggles? Protection's important. So for whatever it's worth for the kids at home listening, this is the 9th, because we keep track, this is the 9th 1972 Topps Football First Series Cello pack that we've opened. And I have to say I've enjoyed every one of them. Oh, wow, Heather is watching. Congratulations, Heather. That's very cool. Our pleasure. Make sure you tune in a few weeks from now. October 30th will be our Halloween special. That's what it's going to be. It's like the Charlie Brown Halloween special.
That's right. The Great Pumpkin.
I feel like we just came up with a cute advertising campaign for that, for that little week. We'll have Charlie Brown, maybe Snoopy.
Yeah.
So
we're going to get a cease and desist from Peanuts.
Yep. Okay. Great. So let's get going with this. Oh, this is interesting. I love these little facts we get out of players. So Mr. Gert was telling us that Shanklin was the first guy he ever saw spike before crossing the goal line. That's not an easy thing to Google, right? Like, that would take you video. You'd have to go through video.
Oh, God. What a great thing to be known for.
Yeah, or not. All right. We're just pruning the trees a little bit here. Okay.
So have the goggles actually saved you on occasion? Have you
absolutely.
taken a hit?
Guaranteed at least one occasion, if not several. And in fact, when we used to open packs, Lou, I'm looking at myself in the camera, and I can only imagine what I'm going to look like. It's not going to be Leighton. It's going to be Ricky Vaughn. I'm telling you, don't miss that episode. It's going to be fantastic.
Yeah. Are you going to shave the lightning bolt in the back of the head or not?
If we can somehow leverage that into charity, I would say an astounding yes.
Yes.
If it's just going to be merely for a 60-minute period, as much as I love you and the folks at PSA and Tom and Rico, I got to be honest. I got to talk to management.
Okay. Who's management?
I don't know, but I thought it was fun. It was a good way to deflect.
I thought you were management.
I thought so too. I hope so.
Yeah.
All right. So let's go here. Whoa, yeah, that was a good shard. That was a very good shard. All right. Let's see what we got. So Lou, has this and the Great American Collectibles show, recently, has it given you the bug to like, are you stopping at any more places on the side of the road, like an antique shop? Are you going to any card stores? Do you have the itch?
Yeah, I do, not necessarily to collect, but for you. I start
appreciate
looking
it.
wherever I go
No,
now. I
listen,
want to set
I
something to
appreciate it. See, Lou,
Yeah.
I'm keeping you on your toes. That was the right answer, by the way.
Yeah, thank you. Especially since you were so aggressive with me when I was in Austin and I didn't pick up those packs.
Oh, listen, now you know. You don't want the wrath coming down.
I don't want the wrath of Leighton coming down, no.
By the way, Michael, you're 100% right. Management is the wife, and in my family, that couldn't be any more true. So not only is my wife a very successful attorney and great at her job, and she loves it very much, she's also an incredible mother to our son, who certainly needs our love, and our beautiful dog, Argon.
Yeah, that's where I thought you were going when you said that, by the way.
Yeah, well, try to keep it real.
So you didn't have any second thoughts about marrying a lawyer?
The thing is, here's the deal. Julie, honey, if you're listening. So when we
That would
married,
scare me a little bit.
yeah, when we married, Julie was in corporate law.
Oh, I
And to
see.
be fair, when we started dating, she was merely a law student. In fact, so much of a law student, I remember she was helping work for Just Collect at the time, part-time. She had a near breakdown while studying for the bar and said, I can't help you anymore, I'm sorry. And from that point forward, and to be fair, now it may be the other way, who knows. She started grabbing money out of my wallet because she couldn't work anymore. She had to concentrate on school. And, it was a good bet. So the first 8 years of her career was in corporate law. I had no reason to worry. You're working on big deals. I'm not, selling $500 million companies.
Right.
And then the doozy comes. Honey, I'm thinking about going into matrimonial, maybe estate law. I said, what does that mean?
Tremors.
What does that mean exactly? Well, she starts off like the slow roll if you're playing poker.
Yeah.
Well, you don't have a pair of aces. You don't have three. You have an ace. She's like, oh, well, we do some estate planning. Oh, that sounds very wonderful. What else do you do? with-
Division of estates.
Yeah, I said, well, what else do you do with that estate planning? We do prenuptial agreements. That's wonderful. Helping folks plan for the future. But I said, why would you need a prenuptial agreement? Well, we're going to be, I really like divorce. I said, oh, I did not laugh anymore, Lou.
Yeah, no.
Did not laugh.
No, that sounded like prep.
Yeah, exactly. So let's get back to the 72 football before I get into trouble.
Yeah. I don't know if I'd date a lawyer or a psychologist.
What if they didn't tell you?
Yeah, it's true.
Or let's just say they started off in a different field.
Yeah.
Yeah. By the way, Gary, if you're watching, I know you like a good vintage wine. Well, we have a 1972 Topps gum piece coming up. If you'd like, I'll save it for you and I'll put it on Twitter later. There is Mr. Shanklin. Card number 1 is going out to Mark.
Good hair there. Good 70s hair.
I'm reading some of the comments. Sorry, it's hard to keep it all straight. So someone was saying, wishes there was a direct link to the Facebook page to comment. For some reason, I can never find it. So if I'm not mistaken, Lou, we given out the direct link to Facebook for PSA last time. Isn't it facebook.com/PSA card, or am I wrong?
I was just going to post it on Facebook, but that's not going to help anybody, is it?
No, it would be helpful if we posted it in here, because I'm happy to post it
PSA
for
card,
us.
/PSA card, yes.
Great. So I'm going to type it in for us here.
But you should, if you're going to search the full name, Professional Sports Authenticators.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. So if you're going to search on Facebook, look for Professional Sports Authenticators. If you're just going to type it into your internet search bar, simply put facebook.com/PSA card.
Right.
And if I could type, there we go. Great.
Yeah, I can't type either. I'm like a hockey player who can't skate.
I liked hockey growing up, and I played street hockey, but ice hockey had not really hit our neighborhood. So I never really learned to ice skate. I mean, I'm sure I could do it not well, but that would be a fun thing to be good at.
That was my number one sport in terms of playing it, because I was a Bobby Orr baby. I grew up with the Big Bad Bruins. So,
hey, John, can you do me a favor? Reach out to Chris and let him know that Facebook comments are not coming up here. Ben Andrews said he made a comment earlier and it didn't show up on the chat here.
We don't have access to PSA's
Oh. Okay. So Lou, maybe it was something that we'll work on for the future. And when I say work on, I'll contact PSA. It was something that just dawned on us. I was talking with John. Part of the issue with the PSA Facebook comments that don't show up in our feed right here, meaning our YouTube feed, is because even though we're using Restream.io, for example, to stream Vintage Breaks Facebook page, Just Collects Facebook page, our Periscope page, and of course YouTube, we actually don't stream PSA's Facebook page here. You do that. And
Right.
so I'm just wondering if we can collaborate, obviously not during the show today, but maybe afterwards for the show next week, and we can figure out a way with technology where we can have all the comments come in together. That would be fun.
We'll get it done.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, Hall of Fame rookie coming up. Thanks for letting us know, Ben. We'll work on that, and I'm sure we'll find a solution. So we got a Ron Yeri Hall of Fame rookie. I got to tell you, Gary, I'm about to show this gum off in just 1 second. Excuse me. J Squared, Jeff Johnson, just got that Hall of Fame rookie, Minnesota
Handsome
Vikings.
young man. Yeah.
Yeah. Now look at this. Gary, if you saw that last night, 14 years earlier vintage,
Oh, God.
there's just no way on God's green earth that you would have eaten that, right?
Yeah, who looks at that and puts it in their mouth?
I don't know, unless they're forced to. I just couldn't see doing that. But I'll tell you, I'm going to put it aside, and I'm going to let Gary know that he may have avoided tragedy last night. That is
You've heard from
filthy.
him, right? He's still with us.
To be fair, I'm assuming I've heard from his assistant, and I've seen him tweet and put stuff on Facebook.
Okay.
Gary, I hope you're well. I do. Okay, Bobby James, unfortunately, does have the gum stain. Daniel Black. Jimmy Tyre, I believe is his name. He was a former chief. I believe he was a good player. I think he had a tragic end to his life. Don't quote me on that.
He looks like an accountant.
That was spot 9. Spot 10's coming up. Lance Russell. John, let me know when we'll be ready to give away those. You're good. Great. So right after this, Lou, we're going to give away those 5 prizes to folks who retweeted our Gary V tweet from the other night on our vintage_breaks Twitter account. Looking forward to seeing how many folks are in it and giving away those 5 prizes.
Excellent.
Yeah, Ben, you're 100%. Some of the centering on this, we call this centering challenged. Certainly the centering gods / the folks that were working in the Topps factory on that day in 72,
Right.
they may not have been feeling too well, Lou.
That was a Friday.
Listen, it was a Friday. Boss has been gone for 3 hours. And these guys are like, oh my God, we have to get all this done by the end of the day. And I can only imagine that this is what happened. So
Back when men were men, though, that time period. They all look like guys I wouldn't want to run into.
Very much so. So we have a nice card coming up right after this former Raider. This is spot 14. This is going out to you, Jim. Mark Wagner, regular watcher, a vintage. Wow. So not only is this a Johnny Riggins Hall of Fame rookie, and it's very sharp corners, but I know for a fact that it's a very hard card to find centered. Check that out, Lou.
Look at that.
I think this is a chance at a PSA 9 at first glance. Have to look under the lamp for a closer look. But that is yours, Mark Wagner. If you'd like to get that graded, we'll do that on the house for you.
Iconic here, right there.
Oh, yeah. Well, I was just writing John Riggins' name as if I'm grading the card for John Riggins, as opposed to the actual customer's name, Mark. Okay. Maybe it's Friday for me. I actually have to leave after the Vintage Breaks PSA show today, Lou, because we're going out to dinner, my wife and I, tonight. And
Nice.
we don't get a chance very often, so we're looking forward to it.
Without Crosby?
Exactly, without Crosby. I
Hey.
should have clarified in case Crosby's watching. There we go, John Brody. Nice card. These I love these pro action in action cards
I do too.
because it gave you, if you were a fan, obviously they didn't give them to the scrubs generally. Like Johnny Unitas guaranteed to have an extra card in the set. And as a kid, if you're buying cards, of course, back in 72, 73, who doesn't want an extra chance at a Johnny Unitas?
Look at that. Nice.
Nice card. Michael makes a good point, Lou. It could have been nothing more that day in the Topps factory that they were just eating some nasty gum and they started not to feel well.
Entirely possible.
Willie Lanier, he is a Hall of Famer, but I believe this is his second year. I think 71 Topps is his rookie. Oh, wow. So, yeah, Tyler shot, oh, God. Yeah, he shot his wife and himself in 1980. I knew it was a terrible story.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay, so we have a first series Fred Blitnikoff checklist. Very popular former Raider receiver and Hall of Famer.
That's right. I wonder if he's got to stick him off himself yet.
Willie Brown.
Been 20 years or so. He ought to be cleaned up by now.
You hope so.
Yeah.
Spot 20, Willie Brown. That's going out to you, Frank M. You know, if someone wants to look up, even though I don't necessarily think that John Riggins is a 10, I would love to know how many Johnny Riggins rookies there are in PSA 10. I bet you there's not many. Otis Taylor.
Nice.
I see John on standby. We're about to give away those 5 prizes for our Twitter contest, our Twitter promo. So stay tuned. Here we go. Nick Bonaconti was a very, very solid ball player. Correct me if I'm wrong, Lou.
Yep. Good Irish kid. Yeah. Yeah, Bonaconti was great.
Lou, who was your favorite 1970s football player, regardless of team?
Regardless of, well, I'd be a Patriot, but
Okay.
I want to say Steve Grogan.
Okay. And then what about non-Patriot favorite 70s football player? Oh, wow.
Oh, what do you got?
So that just caught me by surprise. Very excited here in Vintage Breaks. We are about to pull a Joe Willie Namath 1972 Topps. If folks could let me know, card number 100, the pop on that. Apparently on the John Riggins rookie, another Jet in the pack, another Jet Hall of Famer. PSA 10s, there's only 10 of them. I'd be curious on the 72 Topps Joe Namath. Now, by the way, Joe Namath has a high series in action card in 72. Very cool. As you can see, Lou, I'm not opening that many packs these days. It's pretty busy around here. Boy, you get right back into it, Lou, and you pull a Joe Willie. Like, the day's all right.
John called it. John said before the show.
You called it, John? That's all right. Excellent. Here we go. Let's see. I love it. So Keith has just reported on the Namath. There are 17 PSA 10s. And I bet you that there's more than 17 people that want to own a PSA 10, Lou.
Oh, yeah.
Here we go. Let's check out the centering. Little bit off center left to right. Fairly well centered top to bottom. Gorgeous card. Likely to be a 9OC, though, because of the centering. If it was me, I'd still slab it, as it was pulled live here on the Vintage Breaks PSA show, and very cool. I think Joe Willie would like you to slab it. It goes out to Mr. Brad Boyne. Am I saying that right, John? B squared. If you'd like that graded, bud, we're happy to do that for you on the house. Wow, got a little excited about that for a second. I like it. Okay, grade.
So I inferred from that you can't tell about the centering on the front of the card from the centering on the back of the card.
Nope, some folks think that you can, and although it could be an indicator, it is not by any means a guarantee. And so that's what kind of makes it fun when you open the pack like that. Once again, we'll show off Joe Willie one more time. Still a great hit.
Yeah.
Can only imagine what he was thinking back in the Super Bowl. Unbelievable. You know, the more I read about that game and the subsequent months before that, as good as the Jets were, like, people didn't really think they had any legitimate chance at all.
No.
At all. Another Hall of Fame rookie, same pack. Unfortunately, the centering is challenged on Mr. Hendricks as well, but nonetheless, he is a Hall of Fame rookie, and this is going out to Mark Wagner. By the way, Vintage Breaks and Just Collect is going to be set up at the Shriners Auditorium Convention in just a few weeks. In fact, it'll be that very week of Halloween. Halloween's that Wednesday. Our Vintage Breaks PSA show is on that Tuesday the 30th. Johnny Five and I will be heading up to the Boston area on the 1st, that Thursday, and we'll be there all weekend. Hopefully Jim will stop by, and any of our other Boston friends. We're looking forward to seeing you and meeting you. And Lou, if you get a chance, I hope you come on by to the show. It'd be fun to hang for a few.
Yeah, we got to get together. I was hoping John was coming up. I didn't get the chance to ask him.
Yep, Johnny 5 will be there. It'll be great. And the last card in the pack, our friend Chris R., Mr. Christopher Roth. Hope all is well in Baltimore, bud. I know he's working his butt off with his rightpads.com business.